Today I want to demonstrate how a website called Class Dojo works for you. So to begin, I'm going to type in www.classdojo.com. That is the web address, and then it brings you to this page, and it kind of just gives you an introduction on like what it is and what it does. But you're going to log in whether you're a student or a teacher, but in this case, for teaching purposes, I'm going to log in as a teacher. I've made my account, including my email. So we're just going to do welcome back, Kimberly. And so Class Dojo is, it helps with classroom management, but it also gives a chance for the teacher to connect with the students and as well as their parents through technology, kind of like a little mini social media, which I will show in this demonstration as well. It also kind of can track the students' behavior and has a lot of different cool tools that teachers can use. So to start out, we're going to start in our demo class. And it has all your students here. You can add your students' first and last name. And then here there's a class story. This is where you are able to kind of make like a status of what's happening in your classroom. You can add videos, you can add pictures, you can kind of add whatever you want here, but this will go, the students will be able to see this as well as the parents of the students. In order to get the students into here, you can do student login, and then it'll show, you can either add your students or it'll show login class instructions or at home login instructions. And then you can also add families. So in order to add the families, you can add their email or their phone number, and you can invite them in order to get them on here as well. And then you can also kind of invite your other co-teachers so that they can be in on this as well to see what's going on. And all the important information on the kids, or if you're gone, they're able to kind of take over and use this as well. So let's go back. So this is your classroom, this is your kids. You can also, it helps with attendance. So you can mark all absent, you can mark all present. It even has an option for like they were in late today or that they left early. So other than that, you can save attendance. We went to the class story, and then there's also messaging that you can do here too. You can message the parents, you can have a group with your kids, and there's also kids portfolios. This is really cool because it helps you as a teacher. You can create different activities. So you can use this as a way to get homework to your students. So if you want to send them with homework, but you don't want to print out anything, or they're just going to be on the computer in order to do it, this is a great way to kind of let that happen. So you can just title it whatever the activity is going to be, whatever the homework is going to be, do your instructions. You can even add in the worksheet here as well. And then the response type is video, photo, drawing. It gives you a multitude of different ways that they can complete the assignment, or where you can decide how you want the assignment to be completed. And then you assign to class. So this is kind of a cool way to give them homework assignments or just assignments in the classroom. So if we go back to our classroom, what I thought was really cool is that there is a big idea page. So the big idea page, it brings you here, and it kind of helps with a lot of different topics that you can kind of teach to your students. Conundrums, like how to deal with an issue. It talks about the growth mindset, gratitude, and it has different videos that you can show your children in a fun and exciting way, like mindfulness. Kind of has different topics like mindful movements and things like that. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then if we go back to our classroom, there's a timer. You can time your kids if you're doing an activity. And then there's also this fancy toolkit, which I thought was really cool because it has a whole bunch of different tools that you can use in your classroom that would be really helpful. So there's a timer, there's a random button. So if you just it'll put all your kids in one, it'll put all your kids' names here, and then it'll pick a random name. So if you need to choose somebody and you don't want to pick on someone, you can do it this way. And then also Group Maker. It'll make groups for you. This can kind of help with so there's no favoritism, there's no certain way that you're putting people into groups unless you want to. There's also a noise meter, which I thought was fun. And this kind of tells your class how loud they're being. You can kind of use this as a way to say that I want you to stay in the yellow. If you're in the red, then you're a little too loud. You can change the sensitivity as well. But I thought this was a cool way for them to kind of see, visualize how loud they are being if that becomes an issue. There's directions. You can kind of put out directions for your students to follow. Think, pair, share. This kind of just gives maybe a question that you want your kids to think about and kind of talk about in the beginning of the class or at the end or during. And there's some questions here too, like what are you grateful for today? It just kind of gets the conversation flowing, and it might be a good icebreaker or just a good way to start the day. There's also today, which just shows the date of today. And there's also music. So whenever you put your kids, you send them off to do an assignment or to work by themselves. There's focus music and active music, whichever one you want them to kind of channel and to listen to. You can broadcast it this way. So I think this is cool because it kind of gives every tool it has at your fingertips. So you don't have to go to a different website. You don't have to go to any other tool to use these things. So that was kind of a quick rundown on this website and what you can do. And like I said before, there's also a portal for students. You can log in as a student or a teacher. And I think this website is very useful, especially for teachers, because it helps manage your classroom better. It gives you different tools that you could use. And it also connects you to the parents in an easy way. So it kind of takes the sending paperwork home. It takes kind of that away. It makes it maybe easier to communicate with the parents in that kind of situation if you need to. And it helps the parents kind of know what's going on in the classroom too, so they can kind of keep track. They don't have anything to worry about. So it's kind of neat for them too. And I think this would be a really useful tool, and I'm excited to use it in the future. I'm excited to keep learning about it because there's a lot in here that that would be helpful. That is, again, it's classdojo.com. In order to get there, if you're just going in as a teacher, then you would do www.teach.classdojo.com, or just to get to the front page, just do www.classdojo.com, and then it'll get you there. Thank you.